The women's volleyball team has been serving it to opponents so far in 2006. After 14 matches, the Matadors have compiled a 9-5 overall record and are 3-1 in Big West Conference play. Sophomore co-captain Val Kepler says practices like these have been key to the team's early success.
I think if anything, we've turned it around. We've wanted to play harder. I know personally myself have been excited for practice, knowing what you need to change, knowing what you need to work on.
The turnaround is a remarkable improvement compared to 2005, when the squad won just 2 Big West matches and 4 matches overall, ending their string of consecutive NCAA tournament appearances. The women's Matador volleyball team was dominant in the early and mid-1980s when they won 3 national championships. With this year's squad having won already more than twice as many games as last year, it seems they're on a mission to relive their old glory days. Assistant coach Susie Tarusa says last year's failures motivated the team to work hard in the offseason.
They've learned the system, the way we play better and the way we train, and that's helped their overall game, which is why our record is better and we've been so successful at the start of this season. We've really made big improvements in the springtime with strength training and quickness and stuff like that.
The Matadors recently had their 6-match winning streak snapped by Big West Conference opponent Long Beach State. Kayla Wright, the team's other captain, says losing has actually helped bring the team together.
I think we've grown as a team, we've gotten older, got more experience, and I think we got more heart this year, and because we're sick of losing and we know what it feels like to lose. With the 2006 regular season at roughly the midway point, the Matadors look poised to once again reach the NCAA tourney. Reporting from the Matadome on campus in Northridge, Ricky Reeve, Valley View News.
Here's an opportunity inside. Palladini shoots and scores, and the Matadors on the road here at Santa Barbara getting the first tally of the game.
CSUN's Daniel Palladini earned Big West Midfielder of the Year honors in 2005, but the budding star is now getting ready for the pro game after being drafted into the MLS by the LA Galaxy a month ago.
From college to professional, it's the game's 10 times faster. It's all one touch, two touch. I mean, that's the biggest thing I've been telling my friends and family. It's very hard.
As a reserve, Palladini will have to work hard just to make the team, but he isn't playing for the money. He's playing to pursue his passion.
If you're playing soccer in America, you're doing it because you love the game. Because obviously the money's not the best, especially with the, reserves making how much they make. But, it's a starting point for me. I'm just happy that I'm a part of the Galaxy, and, wherever this takes me, hopefully I'll do well in the next, this upcoming level with the Galaxy.
The minimum salary for reserve is only about $11,000 a year. Luckily for Palladini, he'll graduate from CSUN this summer with a degree in business management. But his plans don't end there. Palladini says he'd eventually like to play soccer overseas.
I think that any kid's dream for soccer is to play as high as possible, and that's international. And of course, I'll, start my credentials with the MLS, and hopefully I work my way up, maybe somewhere in Europe, play over there.
From high school to college to the pros, Palladini will always give the credit for his success to a much higher source.
I've always wanted to, do my best and play to glorify God and everything, and I just think it's all up in His hands, and He's always there to protect, and I'm just here to glorify Him.
Reporting from CSUN, I'm Matt Graham for Valley View News.
I had the opportunity to travel with the Cal State Northridge men's basketball team as they traveled to the East Coast to play their February 19th game against Fairfield University.
The Cal State Northridge men's basketball team arrived in Trumbull, Connecticut on Thursday, February 17th, a little bit before 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for their February 19th bracket buster matchup with Fairfield University. But that was after a terribly rough day of travel. Once the team arrived at the hotel, the coaches discussed plans and room assignments. Senior team captain Ian Boylan spoke about the rough day.
Plane took off at 8. We got here at, I think, 4 local time. We're in New York right now. And once we got there, the bus was a little bit late, and then traffic, caught us up. And so it was about a 2.5 hour bus ride. So coach called off practice, and now we're just relaxing. We got practice tomorrow at 12.
Knees all crammed up, 8-hour flight, 5-hour, whatever it was. I mean, the team is kind of tired or whatever. We were supposed to have practice today, but we ain't having it today. So he gave us a day off. I mean, we about to get ready for tomorrow, suit up.
This Trumbull, Connecticut
hotel will be home for the Matadors for the next couple of days. Head coach Bobby Braswell canceled practice, which was originally scheduled for tonight, due to the long, strenuous travel schedule of today. The Matadors, however, will practice tomorrow morning as they prepare for their game against Fairfield in the ESPN Bracket Buster. Friday morning, 9 a.m., assistant coach Joel Sobaka starts the day working on the scouting report of the opposing team.
A lot of times you're playing against teams that are either more talented or equal talent, and it can be the difference between winning and losing. You don't want to get too detailed, but if a guy can't dribble with his left hand, or you want to make him do that, or if a guy's a bad free throw shooter and you want to foul him late in the game, it could be the difference between winning and losing.
Man, it's 12 o'clock out here, probably 8 o'clock our time in California. Probably 8 or 9 o'clock. It's kind of early. About to get on this elevator, head to practice, wherever it is at. Get everybody ready to practice today, come out and play hard. Just bring energy on the court. I can talk about it, but if I don't show it on the court, ain't nobody gonna follow my lead. How we get out here?
There are questions about whether the team will practice well or be sluggish as a result of the previous day's schedule. But CSUN head coach Bobby Braswell says he's pleased with his team's effort.
I thought we had a good one today. When you fly across country as a coach, you're always worried about your guys and jet lag and everything else. A few of our guys had a little bit of jet lag and not used to that time yet, but I thought we adjusted and handled it well.
The team arrived back at the hotel before it was time to get ready for the night's plans. To conclude the night, there was a team meeting to learn more about team strategy and the opposing team. Saturday was now only a few hours away, and that meant it was getting closer and closer to game time. Here is part 2 of my story. This is no doubt an important trip for the team, but it is also important for Matador senior Joseph Frazier. Frazier is making his return after serving a 14-game suspension. This is the first road trip for the senior since returning from his suspension. Frazier played the night before in a home game against Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, but saw only limited action.
It's a great feeling, a lot of excitement, I'm glad to be back though.
The Matadors had an hour-long shoot-around early Saturday morning where they worked on free throws, shooting, and last-minute on-the-court strategy. From shoot-around, the Matadors went straight back to the hotel where there was a pre-game meal waiting for them. The players once again went over the scouting report, and it was now game time.
All right, it's the middle of the day. It's a great time to be playing basketball. So this is a great opportunity and a great time.
Let's go, y'all. North Ridge on 3, y'all. 1, 2, 3. North Ridge.
The Matadors started the game with an 8-0 run, but were outscored 36-16 the remainder of the first half and trailed the Fairfield Stags 36-26 at intermission. The Matadors battled back in the second half. Northridge played tough defense and were able to force Fairfield to turn the ball over. Forcing turnovers and relying on great senior leadership enabled the Matadors to come away victorious, 68-65.
I just being a senior in other ways by being a vocal leader. I couldn't be really on the court and playing and doing what I do. I just had to be vocal, being a foul.
After overcoming a 10-point halftime deficit, the Matadors somehow found a way to be victorious here in Connecticut. But the fun isn't over yet. A tour of New York was scheduled for the Matadors on Sunday.
It's just wonderful to be able to see something different other than what you're accustomed to.
The highlight of the tour had to be when the team received a tour of Madison Square Garden. The team was able to see the arena and the New York Knicks locker room. After the tour, it was time to head back to the airport. Some of the players reminisced on their experience.
Kind of disappointed I couldn't play with my teammates because I broke my hand, but it was real cool just going around seeing all the sights, seeing Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, everything that you read and hear about.
We went go see the Brooklyn Bridge. These are places I don't think I'll ever go see again.
I love doing it. I love traveling. If it wasn't for basketball, I'd still be in LA.
Rashawn Haylock, Valley View News.